Ladies and gentlemen, today's date is December the 1st, 2025. The time is now 7:32 p.m., and this meeting of the Mayor and Council of the Town of Forest Heights, Maryland will come to order. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Hines,
Present.
Councilmember Kennedy, Councilmember Brownson,
Here.
Councilmember Little,
Present.
Councilmember McDonald,
Here.
Council President Noble,
Here.
Mayor Lilly.
Present.
Mr. Mayor, we have a quorum.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ladies and gentlemen, next, I'll ask that we have a moment of silence, please. Thank you. Next, we will have our Pledge of Allegiance. I ask that everyone who is able, if you join us in please standing. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Next, we have the meeting minutes from November the 19th. These minutes were distributed in advance by email on November 21st. Are there any changes or additions to the meeting minutes from November 19th? All right, hearing none, the minutes are adopted as presented in the agenda. Next, we'll have approval of the main agenda. Is there a motion to approve our main agenda for tonight?
I'd like to make a motion that we approve tonight's agenda. I second.
It has been moved and seconded that we approve tonight's main agenda. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? All right, hearing none, the ayes have it, and the agenda is adopted. Next, we will have a proclamation. This is a proclamation for International Volunteers Day. Whereas in 1985, the United Nations General Assembly established International Volunteer Day to recognize the contributions of volunteers and to promote the importance of volunteerism worldwide. And whereas the town of Forest Heights is proud to honor its volunteers for their dedication and service to our community. Their contributions bring valuable knowledge and history that enrich our town and deepen our appreciation for its legacy. Whereas the town also takes great pride in its youth volunteers, young individuals who generously devote their free time to the betterment of the community. Though they may not always realize it, their experiences as volunteers will help shape their character, and later in life, they will come to understand how they are better for it. Whereas the efforts of volunteers make possible a variety of community events and programs, including Forest Heights Day, the Fall Festival, Card and Crochet Community Night, Youth Game Night, as well as numerous other workshops and outreach initiatives led by town committees and commissions. And now, therefore, I, Mayor Troy Barrington Lilly, together with the Town Council of the Town of Forest Heights, do proclaim December 5th, 2025 as International Volunteer Day in the Town of Forest Heights. On this day, we join with the nation in celebrating volunteerism and proudly honor the contributions of our own community members. I move that we approve the proclamation for International Volunteers Day.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded that we approve the proclamation for International Volunteer Day. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Hearing none, the ayes have it. The proclamation is adopted. Just a moment. Madam Clerk, do we have a, oh, never mind, I see it. I want to amend the agenda. I move that we amend the agenda, moving the Beautification and Appearance Committee swearing in from under council member and mayor reports and under main agenda. To place it after the presentation. Yes.
I second.
All right, it has been moved and seconded that we amend the agenda, moving the Beautification and Appearance Committee swearing in under the main agenda before the council member and mayor reports. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? All right, hearing none, the agenda is amended. Next, we will have a presentation. We are honored to have with us this evening Miss Linda Carpenter Grantham and Mr. Eric Grantham, who have been instrumental in introducing Eric's ID law across the state of Maryland. I'm not going to steal their shine, but I'm going to welcome them forward to tell us more about this initiative, what it means for our community, and what they have planned next. Let's give them a hand.
Good evening. Can you hear me? Or do I need to do something? Sorry.
When you get up there, as long as you see green
It's
down
great.
there, folks at home can hear you as well as inside the building.
Oh, okay. Good evening, everyone. Thank you guys so much for having us. We are excited to be here and grateful. I am Linda Carpenter Grantham. This is my son, Eric. Eric is going to be 21 tomorrow, actually. Yeah, 20 years old. And I was very concerned about him being stopped by law enforcement and they not know that he's highly functioning autistic. And should they stop him and he not be able to follow their commands, that is hugely concerning for me, especially him being a person of color. And so I decided to have a conversation with him after Mr. George Floyd was killed. And I saw, on the news how everything was going with the police stopping people and not knowing if they had a disability. And so I told Eric, if you get stopped, put your hands up. Don't reach for your phone. That could be very dangerous. Yell out, I have autism. Yell out my number and yell out, someone call my mom. And Eric started to cry. He said, Mom, I could do that, but the police might shoot my friends that have autism because they're all different on the spectrum. Some of them have ADHD, some of them can't keep still, some of them are gonna run, some of them have sensory. And if you don't know what sensory is, it's when your senses are heightened, your hearing, your taste, your smell, and touch. And so Eric came to me a little later, he said, Mom, we gotta do something, and we gotta do something now. And he was crying. And so he said, I have an idea. I would like to put something on the driver's licenses or IDs that will let the police know that me and my friends have autism. And what you see is this butterfly here, down here. And the one thing I would like for you guys to know about Eric really quickly is that he's very spiritual. He loves God and he loves politics, the two things people argue about. He's very passionate about those two things. And so he said, Mom, I asked God to give me a sign on a symbol I could use on the ID so that it won't tell people's business if they don't want to share. So he looked at our refrigerator. We have some magnets of butterflies on the refrigerator. He said, Mom, the butterfly. And I said, well, Eric, you should research and see what that butterfly represents. And he did. And so it represents hope, peace, freedom, and change. And so then we looked on the internet and we found the colors for all hidden disabilities. And so we decided to make that the colors of the wings for all hidden disabilities. So the butterfly has a huge significance. We had Senator Smith to write the bill. The bill didn't move the first year. And the bill didn't move because we had opposition from people who are not of color trying to stop the bill. And so Delegate Janelle Wilkins, who's also the chairwoman of the Black Caucus, Delegate Kim Taylor, and Senator Will Smith, they got this bill moving. We were invited on The View with Ms. Whoopi Goldberg. We were invited on The Sherry Show, where we got over 1 million views and comments to make this a national law. Well, we're happy to report that Governor Westmore signed the bill into law this year. And as of today, 6,238 people have obtained Eric's Butterfly on their ID in the state of Maryland. So that says a lot since October the 1st. And so now we are moving this bill nationally. We are moving it state by state. I'm happy to report we have at least 5 or 6 senators that will represent Eric's ID law in certain states, Georgia, North Carolina, Indiana, Massachusetts, Delaware, and a couple of others in Pennsylvania. And so we're steady moving this forward. And the last thing I would like to share is that producer Carlos King, who is on the Oprah Winfrey Network channel, is documenting our story. So they're doing a documentary and following our progress. And so the only thing that I would ask of you guys is to please continue to support us. Please continue to help us write letters to other legislators in other states. People need help in other states that are concerned for their loved ones who have bipolar, autism, or whatever it may be that's a hidden disability. The last thing I want to share is that all law enforcement, the amendment to our bill was that all law enforcement agencies, 156 to be exact, in the state of Maryland, will have the same exact training as it relates to Eric's ID law. So we're super excited about that. And now I'm just going to have Eric come up and talk to you guys. Come on. You want to share?
You can shoot.
No.
I'm holding.
Okay, I'll hold it.
First of all, good evening, Forest Heights. I want to thank you all for inviting me and my mom today. I'm a proud 20-year-old and going to be 21 in the next couple of hours. So praise God for that. I have highly functioning autism. A conversation with my mother, driven by concern for my safety, that lead me to creating Eric's ID law. My mother felt if I ever be stopped by law enforcement, I would not be able to respond in the manner that the police would expect. God had blessed me with the idea to create special logos to be placed on IDs for people like me and others who have invisible disabilities, like autism, mental health, hearing impaired, and all hidden disability. So if we get stopped by law enforcement, so we can be safe. Eric's ID law is to help police officers and the public to better understand the needs of citizens with invisible disability, leading to a more and safer, positive interaction. Eric's ID law is another step for the community for people with invisible disabilities. It gives citizens with invisible disability to communicate their needs and challenges to others and empowering them to advocate for themselves. On October 1st, 2025, Eric's ID law was passed. The bill is now effective. It became effective on October 1st, 2025 at all NBA branches. And I was proud to be the first one in the state of Maryland to receive the butterfly on my state ID. And praise God for that. And that's what it looked like now on the driver's license. That's just a example dummy of what it looked like. And the reason why it's not the colors is because NBA said right before it got released to the public, is because so they said the license, when they get the license, is already color copy. So everything on the ID here in Maryland is black. And so the butterfly had to be black, but we are still thankful because Eric's ID law, the butterfly represents the Eric's ID law and puts all the law first, the law enforcement and the lawmakers knew about it before the law even got passed. And I want to thank the proud sponsors of Eric's ID law, Senator Will C. Smith, Delegate Janelle Wilkins, who was the chairwoman of the Legislation Black Caucus of Maryland, the largest Black caucus in the country, and Delegate Kim Taylor. And I want to thank my mother for all her hard work and never giving up on this law too. What would Eric's ID law do? The butterfly, it added to the state ID and driver's license for a person who have a non-parent disability. Like my mom said, the butterfly represent hope, peace, freedom, and change, and represent the journey of individuals with invisible disability. The law is hoped to foster greater understanding and respect for individuals with non-parent disability. The design is voluntary, allowing individuals and their families to decide if they wish to have it on their state ID or driver's license. Plus, you can remove it at any time without no cost. And by the matter of fact, it won't be no added cost. Getting this design will not be no added fee. But anything else you want to get on the ID will be cost. But the butterfly is free. the Motor Vehicle Administration, MVA, is doing a public outreach and educate the public about the new design. Meaning they will keep people updated about the new butterfly and how to get it. And I forgot to say that no medical records will be shown. So that means you can go to NVA and ask them for the butterfly. They will not ask you what disability you have, and they will not ask you for no medical no doctor sheets or anything to get it.
You
And
can do it online.
or you can get it online. Thank you. And the Maryland Police Training and Standards Commission, like my mom said, is doing and pairing a training for law enforcement agencies in the state of Maryland how to interact with individuals who have the design on their IDs. Please support Eric's ID law for all people, so all people with hidden disabilities can be safe. Thank you for your time, and God bless you all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hopefully you'll be able to be with us as briefly. We would love to just memorialize the moment and take a picture with you all, those who would like to before you leave tonight. Okay. Yeah. Also, I'd like to mention that the town of Forsyth takes invisible disabilities and also serving residents with care very seriously. The Forsyth Police Department has been through extensive training with Dementia Friendly South County, which is part of Dementia Friendly America. So they're definitely on the leading edge as far as understanding how to serve the community in all of its needs for everyone who's represented. So thank you again for being here today. Next on our agenda, we have the Beautification and Appearance Committee swearing in for our first member being appointed, Miss Margaret Raji. You can come forward. As Miss Raji comes forward, she's a longtime resident in the town of Forsyth, almost 30 years. Is that correct? She's been here for 30 years. And we recognize tonight the International Volunteers Day, and you're a representation of why people step up and decide to take time out of their day to contribute to our town's mission, which is moving the community forward and helping us to show our best foot when we can. But we need your help in order to do that. So we're proud to have you here tonight, and thank you for volunteering. You can come forward. We're going to swear you in. Is there someone who'd like to swear hold the Bible for you? Okay. Okay, you're going to place your left hand on the Bible, and I have the long piece just a moment. I have to hold it. Okay, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the state of Maryland and support the Constitution and laws thereof. And that I will, to the best of my skill and judgment, diligently and faithfully, without partiality or prejudice, execute the office of Beautification and Appearance Committee Member and Appearance Committee Member in the town of Forest Heights, according to the Constitution and laws of this state. Congratulations, Ms. Raji. Thank you so much. Nice to meet you as well. Okay, so we're gonna sign this really quickly, and then if we could take a picture, anyone who's in the council who wants to come down and join us, you're welcome. Your family, if you'd like to come up. Over here in front of the flags.
Yeah.
Okay, if you all like to join us, they'll take a picture and we'll.
Thank you.
If you can't, you can step up to the microphone and just say it.
Hello, everyone. Good evening, and thanks for having me tonight. Yes.
I know it's a little private. It's not.
As the mayor said, I've been in Forest Heights for a little while, and I've seen a lot of changes. And I decided to join this committee so that we can do more. I want Forest Heights to be one of the best, that if anybody wants to move in, if they come look at our community and think of other community, the first one they want to choose is Forest Heights. And we've seen a lot going on over the summer. We met with people about, things that can happen that we can have in our community. And I really wanted to be part of that, to continue to have Forest Heights to progress and to be the best that it can be. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Raji. Congratulations again. All right, next we will move into council member and mayor reports. We're gonna move through so we can get done. Will you all be able to join us? We're gonna move through the rest of the agenda. Miss Grantham and Mr. Grantham. Okay. We'll take a break. Let's take a brief recess before we get into the next portion, just so we can greet and say hello, then we'll come back. We're gonna take the break. We got you. Yes. We're gonna take a recess for 12 minutes. It's 7:55. We'll come back at 8:02. This meeting is now in recess.
Thank you, Mom.
I loved it. You know what? Now that I cut my hair, I don't need to say it. You. Ladies and gentlemen, the time is now 8:08. At approximately 7:55, Mayor and Council took a brief recess. So we are now back in session for the December 1st meeting of the Mayor and Council of Forsyth, Maryland. Next on our agenda, we have council member and mayor reports, and we will begin in Ward 1 with Council Member McDonald.
Good evening. The Green Team will meet this December 6th, this Saturday, December the 6th, here at the Municipal Building. And as everybody knows, the Green Team plays a significant role in making the town more sustainable. And we've also invited Dean Norjoks, hopefully I didn't butcher his name, with Potomac River Keepers, along with our Green Team members. So we look forward to seeing everybody there. Thank you.
Thank you, Council Member McDonald. Next, we'll go to Council Member Little, also from Ward 1.
Greetings, good evening. I do not have anything to report. I just want everyone to, wish everyone a happy holidays. Ask that everyone stay safe and vigilant, and don't forget to lock your doors. And that'll be all for me today.
Thank you, Council Member Little. Next, we'll go to Ward 2, Council Member Brownson.
Good evening, everyone. I don't have much to report. I do want to mention a couple of things. I did attend the Public Safety Advisory Committee meeting that they held, and it was very informative. The attendance was good, and we had a lot of questions. And the Chief Griffin did follow up with some of the things that we discussed in the Public Safety Advisory Committee meeting. And one of the things he stated was, we get a lot of complaints about out-of-state tags. So he is working on that and the parking in the town. So he did state that he's following up on those things. So I do want to mention to the Ward 2 residents and the town residents that your voices are not going unnoticed. He is working on these things. Also, I just want to mention that the 250th anniversary is coming up next June. And then I know Maryland is doing a lot of things for the 250th anniversary with Maryland as well. And there is, I think, $1,000 grant out there for all municipalities. They'll give you money to put your logo on that website for the 250th anniversary. It's publicity, but I mean, $1,000 is $1,000, and if you can get your logo on the website, that would be good. They did mention that. Oh, another thing I want to mention, I get in the mail, and I know the residents get it, a thing where they are advertising that if you want a home warranty, but it has the Forest Heights symbol on it. So, and whether you want a warranty on your pipes, and we get these advertisement in the mail, and it coming from Forest Heights. So did we sell our rights and logos to these advertising companies? Anybody know?
Yes, the town entered into an agreement a number of years ago where the company is able to send the notices out, and they don't state that they're part of the town, but the town at the time saw it in the best interest of residents to have an option for protecting water lines that are not covered by, traditionally covered by homeowners' warranties.
Because I got one on my cell phone recently, and they had Forest Heights, and they were advertising home. Do you want to sell your house? And then it was you can get a home warranty because your house is 60 years old, and it came from Forest Heights, and I like this seemed like a scam, and I just wondered how much or how many people have the Forest Heights logo and sending out these things that could possibly be a scam.
Oh, if it's a scam, definitely forward it to our team so we can take a look if you're ever in doubt.
Okay, well, I have it on my phone now, so I'll send it to you. I don't know how many other residents are getting these, but I don't know. I just think it's when we have the Forest Heights symbol and they're trying to sell something, it could be a little misleading. It could be, yeah, so, but I think that's something we should look at, but that's all I have.
Thank you. Next, we'll go to Councilmember Kennedy, also representing Ward 2.
So, first, can I get clarification? You mentioned the anniversary. You mentioned it several times, but I don't think you mentioned what the anniversary was for.
The 200. Yes. Right, exactly. Did you hear me?
No. If you can use
It's
your
the
mic, please.
250th anniversary of the United States of America.
Okay, I just want to clarify because there's going to be a lot of people who don't know what you're referencing because you didn't clarify it. But thank you for clarifying that. Um, I'm glad to see that we do have volunteers, that we have new people that are stepping up to take care of the functions. I know there was sort of a passing of the torch this past Harvest Festival / haunted house. Even passing the torch within the police department. Um, we all collectively will have to work together to do whatever we can to move the town forward in whatever ways possible. Even the person that was sworn in that's lived in the town 30 some years. I commend you for stepping up. I know it's a hard thing to do at times. It's easy to not be in the limelight and not step up. Fellow volunteers, I know Councilwoman Little stepped up with the Harvest Festival. Miss Willow Collins, Keith Holland stepped up for the Forest Haunted House. So I appreciate everyone that stepped up. There's other volunteers. I know Miss Cooney, Miss Lawson are doing the tree lighting this week end. A lot of people don't realize what goes into things like this, countless hours. The weather, the elements, everything. Last minute things work until 2 in the morning sometimes. So I commend everyone that stepped up, and I welcome everyone else who will hopefully start volunteering in the future. Also piggybacking, it is the holiday season. Make sure we do our due diligence. Cover anything that you might put in your car. Don't leave anything in plain sight that would warrant anyone looking twice into your vehicle or trying to break into your vehicle, and also keep safe. That's about all I have right now. Thank you.
Thank you, Council Member. Next, we'll go to Ward 3, Council Member Hines.
Good evening. I just wanted to say I hope everyone had a very safe and fruitful Thanksgiving and happy holidays. The holidays are coming, the Christmas celebration or the holiday celebration is going to be coming up. I think I misspoke and I said that it was going to be on the 13th. Well, I got my information wrong, but it's going to be on the signs and it's going to be flyers. It's going to be on the 20th from 2 to 4 p.m. Come out, bring your children. It's a holiday celebration for our children. Please make sure you spread the word. And also, I want to piggyback off of what Councilman Kennedy said about, this is the season. I've been getting a lot of notifications about, people stealing, the packages. Please, if you can't get a ring or if you can't get some type of camera, they suggest that you make sure your porch is a little, just as clean as it can be, and maybe talk to a neighbor, and suggest, something, along that line, but just be careful out there. And I believe that's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Council Member. Next, we'll go to Council President Noble, also representing Ward 3.
Thank you. Just quick announcements. We did have our Public Safety Committee meeting on November 24th. Our Neighborhood Watch meeting is planned for the first Monday in January. which is January 5th, an hour before the work session. Hopefully, residents can come out for that. And I just wanted to share that Prince George's County Library has a virtual course on insurance, medical insurance. So if you go to the Prince George's Memorial Library website, you can join these virtual classes. It's more than just that one, but right now, I know that one is December the 3rd. Also, the library, Oxon Hill Library, there's a caseworker there every Monday or Wednesday, but I'll double check that. And the last thing I want to say that I attended the Maryland National Capital Park and Planning hearing, and along with Councilwoman Brownson, in reference to National View. As we know, it was approved. And that's all I like to say right now about that matter. Thank you.
Oh, that's all, Council President? Okay. Thank you, Council President. Oh, is your mic on?
Councilwoman McDonald just asked me, Councilwoman Noble, what was approved? You said, as we know, it was approved.
What was the hit? Guess what?
I'm going to go over it.
The mayor will take it from here. Thank you.
All right, I'm just going to share for today's report. Okay, here's a report for December 1st, 2025. First up, the National View Detailed Site Plan was approved by the Planning Board, which is a bi-county organization, on November the 20th. The development has another phase of approval that it goes to after this. It's called the Preliminary Plan of Subdivision, which is likely to happen in early 2026. And to add a little context, we will be sending and preparing some information for folks who are newer to the town or just want to understand where this process is. National View is a 20-acre mixed-use development that was annexed into Forest Heights. Process began around 2019. The annexation was completed in 2023. And this was an approval of plans for how the site will be laid out by the county. National View is a project that includes up to 1,500 residences, around 500 senior residences, and a police substation, a daycare center, and other commercial businesses. I'll also mention, and I mentioned this in the last meeting, the mayor and council are continuing to negotiate additional terms on behalf of Forest Heights residents to ensure that the project supports the community's long-term success. So that's an ongoing process. And another thing is that we will be scheduling and inviting residents to a community Q&A session about the approved design in the early part of the year, since we know lots of people probably have questions or haven't been able to follow all of the different developments. So we are going to schedule a separate meeting. It's not going to be a town meeting like this. It'll be a community forum specifically for residents to come and ask questions, to get more information, and to get up to date on kind of where the product is now and what things may be next. Also want to announce that the Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission has awarded the town a couple of project charge awards. And specifically, we've been awarded $300,000 for beautification efforts and $175,000 for youth programming. In the coming weeks, we'll be working on a resolution to accept the grant funds and also approve an agreement with the county for the council to consider for passage. And this is good because tonight we swore in one of our beautification and appearance committee members. These project charges will help the town to move forward in some of its goals, engaging youth and other members of the community, not just youth, but all ages, and beautifying our environment so that we put the town's best foot forward. Forsyth will be hosting members from the governor's economic competitiveness subcabinet on December the 8th. We will have, I believe, the Secretary of Commerce and some other individuals coming. Once that meeting is over, we'll report back on if there's any information or strategies that will support the town of Forsyth in this area, improving its economic viability and vitality. The Public Safety Committee meeting has been mentioned. Just want to thank Chief Reese and Council President Noble. I'm sorry, Chief Ruffin, my apologies. Chief, you know, tonight there's been a lot of different, you've been called a lot of different things. Chief Griffin, Chief Ruffin, well, I heard David Ruffin. So now you're a member of the Temptations. But Chief, we just want to thank you for hosting that forum, which was open to the public. A lot of questions came in. And I just want to mention that Chief and I will be working because we took action items from the meeting. I have them not just written down on paper, but tracked in our system so we can make sure to review them when we meet on a regular basis. And we'll be looking to address issues that were raised as we can and then respond to or give updates about other things that maybe will take a little bit more time. But we thank the residents and the council members and staff who came out for that meeting. And I trust that there'll be more engagement with Chief Ruffin for the residents who are interested. We have snow and icy weather possible this week a couple times, so we just want to remind residents that light snow is possible overnight tonight into the early morning hours, and then also on Friday, December the 5th, also a possibility. We've been in coordination with Mr. Reese, our former chief, Office of Emergency Management for the county, and our public works staff are on standby, and the police department did a great job taking proactive steps today by sending alerts and reminders out to the residents about planning to take extra time if you have to travel to work or use public transit, clearing sidewalks for pedestrians because that is a town ordinance. The entire sidewalk in front of your house needs to be cleared so people can continue to make their way safely. And we're tracking any changes in the forecast. If something develops that's going to be more serious, we'll use all available methods to communicate any changes and updates to the residents. We know that the town owns a property, the former cleaners at 5529 Livingston Road, that at times has not looked the way that we would like it to. It hasn't put our best foot forward. And I've heard it from residents and we've heard it from council members. It's not something that's ever been off of our radar, but I just wanted to update the residents about some of the steps we're taking behind the scenes. We are looking at ways to secure the site, both with fencing and other elements that will help to raise its appearance while we are deciding what happens next there. So we are going to take those steps and gather information. We'll report back on some of the improvements, hopefully in early 2026. I was able to represent Forsyth and talk about some of the initiatives that we've started and carried on in our town at the Smart Cities Connect panel, which was the Smart Cities Connect conference that happened at National Harbor on November the 20th. Councilmember McDonald also joined us there, and we were just happy to share how Forsyth, as a small town, has been able to carve out a niche for itself as a leader in sustainability, but we're not stopping there. We're going to continue to raise the bar for ourselves, and we hope to be a model for other cities and towns in our region and across the country. I want to say thank you to Third Baptist Church, which is in Forsyth off of Livingston Road. If you live on Shawnee Drive, Third Baptist is kind of a neighbor because you can see it right from your street. But they did a turkey distribution this year, which was their second annual turkey distribution. I had a chance to go by and visit with the volunteers, and they actually did a two-part distribution this year. They passed out individual turkeys to families, but they also had a list of reserved food boxes for families specifically from Forest Heights Elementary. So they did a great job of expanding their program this year and working directly with our schools to find families that were in need. We look forward to them doing this again, and hopefully we can continue to support them or partner with them in serving our community around the holidays. We've got our Christmas tree lighting ceremony, which is coming up. It's been mentioned several times before. It's just here once more, so you have the details in front of you. Saturday, September the 6th, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. December the 6th. Saturday, December the 6th, from 5 to 7 p.m. is at the Gathering Place next to Henry. So that's this Saturday. That's just a couple more days. This next weekend is coming up. We're going to have a lot. You may not be able to see the flyer, so I'll just say it so you can tell your friends to come. We're going to have a hat and glove giveaway for kids, free hot chocolate and desserts. There's going to be some door prizes, photo with Santa. We'll have a Santa in person this year, and an ugly sweater contest, as well as music and fun for all. We hope to see you there. A couple other upcoming events. Santa will be at your door. Is that Friday, December 12th? Is that right, Chief Ruffin? So what time is that going to start? Okay, it's going to be starting once the sun's going down. And then I have Christmas party for kids, but I keep getting conflicting dates. So I just want to, for the record, it's December someone fill it in who has the answer. 20th. Oh, this is wrong. Okay. It's December the 20th from 2 to 4. It'll be on the next meeting's presentation as well. All right. Well, that concludes my report. Next, we will move into the next item on the agenda, which is public period. Public period is a time where speakers may address the mayor and council. We just ask that you state your name and address, and you'll have 2 minutes to address the mayor and council. If we can answer your questions tonight, we will, and if not, we'll provide an answer at a later time from the appropriate official or staff member. Is there anyone who wishes to speak during public period at this time? Good evening. Very nice. You'll have 2 minutes. I'm going to start your minutes now.
Please turn the mic on.
Oh, is your mic on? I'm sorry. Is that mic green in front of you there?
How's that? Is that better?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. So yeah, I just wanted to say congratulations. Really, really excited to hear any of the reports. And do you know about when the forum would be happening? I definitely want to make sure I don't miss it. It won't be in like December, will it? It'll be in like January, something like
No,
that.
it's going to be at a time when we'll have,
Way
I mean,
further.
get it out in the newsletter and get it
Okay.
out via text alert, email, and different.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. And then my other question was, are you guys going to be needing any additional volunteers on Saturday for the tree lighting?
I'm looking at a head shaking, Mr. Jackson.
Okay, I'll be there. Okay, well, I'll save the rest of my questions for the National View Forum, but I'm really excited.
Thank you so much, Ms. Collins, for being here. And we happy to have you volunteering on Saturday as always. All right, next we will move. Oh, I'm sorry. Is there anyone else who wishes to speak during public period at this time? Okay, going once, going twice, hearing none. Public period is now closed. Next, we will go into legislation. Tonight, we have before us Resolution 62-25. This is a resolution of the mayor and council of the town of Forest Heights, Maryland, approving the appointment of a strategic planning commissioner. I move that we adopt Resolution 62-25.
A second.
It has been moved and seconded that we adopt Resolution 62-25. Discussion. I'll just give us a brief background on Ms. Carice Mitchell, who applied to be on the commission. She's lived in the town for 14 years and applied to participate as she's interested in helping the town shape its direction and to advocate on behalf of youth and other community members, including her family. She also lives in Ward 1, so as I stated last meeting, we can have up to 5 members of each committee or commission. Currently, we have 2 members from Ward 3. This is a Ward 1 member, and in the coming weeks and months, we'll be looking for some representatives from Ward 2, so we have representation from the entire town. And with that, I'll turn it over to Council President Noble.
I think you answered my question. How many members? So this will be the 3rd member for a 5-member committee. However, it's not you're not just waiting, or we're not just waiting for Ward 2 people to respond. If more people respond and make 5, I mean, if more people from Ward 3, I don't know.
Well, we have some applications from Ward
Okay.
2 to review.
Oh, good, good.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Council Member Brownson.
Yes, I remember you swearing in one person for strategic planning. You said you have 2 already. Have we sworn in another person for strategic planning?
It's coming up. We passed the resolution, but they're going to be sworn in on the 17th.
Oh, okay.
Any other further discussion on resolution 62-25? Council President?
Yes, I'm sorry. Will they start work prior to this 5-member? I mean, can the 3 get started?
Yeah, so a minimum of 3 per committee means they can begin work at 3, and it can have as many as 5. So yes, we're also putting together an orientation early in 2026 to help committee members understand responsibilities and commitments, and then also get questions from them so the town can provide the appropriate support so that the bodies are able to plan and execute their missions effectively. Council President Brownson. Council Member Brownson.
And you're doing that for all the committees,
Yes.
putting together the package so they know how to get started.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, it'll be a getting started packet.
Starter kit.
Yep, starter kit. Yeah, town is moving forward. We're really happy to be getting engagement from members who have decided to put their time and energy forward to help us make Forest Heights the best it can be. Any further discussion on resolution 62-25? Okay, hearing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Hines,
Yes.
Councilmember Kennedy,
Yes.
Councilmember Brownson,
Yes.
Councilmember Little,
Yes.
Councilmember McDonald,
Yes.
Council President Noble,
Yes.
Mayor Lily.
Yes.
The vote is unanimous. The motion carries.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. All right, next we will move into department reports. And first we have the Town Administrator and Project Manager report. Are there any questions for the Town Administrator or Project Manager's report for this month? Council President Noble.
Yes, is there a status on the funding for Black Hawk?
Not yet, Council President.
Thank you.
Okay. Hearing no further questions, we'll move to the Youth and Community Programming Report. Any questions for this report this month? Council President.
I'm sorry, I was just gonna make a comment that they participated, they had their youth night on the 3rd Friday not along with us, they waited gracefully for us to get out the way. But it was just a great opportunity for the youth to engage with the other residents in the town, the card players and the crocheters. So we are planning a all-out something for everyone to participate, from youth to seasoned members. Thank you.
Councilmember Bronson.
Yeah, on that note with the youth time, I've never seen our youth ambassador so bubbly and talking and carrying on a conversation. I mean, I mean, usually he's shy, but he was just so bubbly and bright and engaging with the older adults. So it was really good to see. It was.
Yeah, we are very proud of, they're talking about our youth ambassador, Mr. Marley Cashwell, who's coming up on, I think it was next year will be 2 years since he got appointed as the youth ambassador, and he's blossomed since doing so. As soon as we appointed him, he showed up on the news representing the town all over District 8. He's been an honor student and helped coordinate many things at Oxon Hill High School. But we're glad to hear that at the teen game night, which was his idea and his initiative, by the way, that was entirely his idea, that he was able to bridge the gap between the teen youth leaders, future leaders of Forest Heights, and those who've been here and who built the foundation for our community. That was exactly what we were hoping would happen. And so does it sound like we're going to continue? They want to keep doing the game night in sync and have all
I
ages
think
come
so.
out?
Yeah, and we're gonna have other open mic, we're just gonna do it all. Third Friday in Forsyth.
Okay. We also, well, I guess this is a nice time just to tease that taking and carrying on with the energy that's come out of the game night on the third Fridays, we're exploring ways to have a third Saturday event in the town that will bring together residents in the summertime or in the warmer months so that we can continue that spirit and give residents more time to connect. We have the garden, we have local businesses and vendors and then town resources that we can share. We heard earlier in this year the idea of a flea market or something that allows an exchange between residents. We're building the capacity for that opportunity. And once we have some more things solidified, we'll come back and give a full report. Also, we're just going to really wear this youth and community thing out, but this is great because this is what community is about, sharing information. Council President, you mentioned the library a little earlier tonight. I happen to have gone by this week. They have so many events. So if you're in town, no matter what age you are, and you are looking to connect outside of the town meetings and things that we're doing, the library has so many things happening. This is just their event list for December alone. One thing I wanted to call out is the lady that runs the library told me that on Tuesdays from 4:30 to 5:30, they have a Kids Achieve Club in their author room where kids can get help with homework. And then if they're excelling, they can also help their peers. They also have online tutoring with homework that's available up until 11:30 at night every weekday. So from home, if you have a library card for free, kids can get help with things like reading, math, and writing, which is a great resource. I was actually able to direct a couple of residents and families to use that service recently. There's a long list of other things, but just know the Oxon Hill branch of our library has so many things available for youth and for everyone of all ages. All right, any other questions for youth and community before we move on, or comments? All right, hearing none, we'll go to the treasurer's report. Any questions for that report this month? Council President Noble.
Yes, I don't know if the treasurer is, oh, yeah. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Um, I see you said the FY 25 audit is 90% complete. So December 31st, we think we will be done?
Yeah, we're on schedule. We got a draft last week that we need to go back and forth with the auditor for revisions on. But yeah, we're in a great spot to wrap up before our extended deadline of 12/31/25.
Thank you.
Yeah, for those who couldn't hear, Mr. Frankenfield was just sharing that we got a draft for the audit last week. They're reviewing it to make sure it's fully accurate. So this is something we have very close in hand to be done. And the deadline that we got to extend from the state was December 31st. So we're going to be well ahead of that deadline. And we'll be turning in on time going forward. Councilmember Brownson.
Yeah, my question about the audit, I remember last time you said you were working on a short deadline and we didn't get a chance to see it before it was sent out. And then we noticed some grammatical errors in it. So this time you think we'll have an opportunity to see it before it goes out to the controller?
It's being checked for those very same issues that were highlighted last time. So before it goes, it'll get an internal review and council will get a copy. So thank you for highlighting the issues that you noticed last time. They were noted and they're being checked, double checked before it goes out this time. Thank you. Any other questions for treasurer? All right, hearing none. Thank you, Mr. Frankenfield. Next, we'll move to the police department report. Any questions for this report? And I know if there's no questions on police department, Council Member McDonald, you had a question on town administrator report.
I just had a question about the grant compliance section where I guess two of the items that are listed closed on September the 30th, Mr. Jackson, but they're still in compliance. Can you help me understand those two? The regional surveillance expansion for crime reduction and the violent crime reduction through technology initiatives.
I will yield to the chief to respond to that.
You want to make sure that we're still in compliance with them, correct? Yes. So right now, that is one of the grants that we're using, and it is good until 2026. So we are continuing to make sure that our officers are using those grants. We have to spend a certain amount of money by December 31st, which we are attempting to do now. But as far as we have looked so far with the grant writer and him, we are still in compliance with what we're supposed to be at and the reporting back as of right now.
So these expand beyond September 30, 2025?
Yes.
Okay. It doesn't state that here, though. It says I see the performance period, but I read it as September 30, 2025. The report, the grant, I guess, was closed, but it's continued.
The grant portion of it is still open as of right now, the spending for it. Now, if it's the reporting back, which he had to do for this quarter, he had to report that to make sure that we were still in compliance. Now he has another reporting that is due at the first of the year to make sure that we stay in compliance with the spending and the reporting back of our activities on the street.
So when does the grant end? Because this is just performance period. I would like to know when the grants actually close.
All right, give me 1 second. I'll look that up.
You don't have to give it to me now,
Okay.
but just for those two items that's still open September 30, 2025.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, that concludes our department reports for this evening. Next I move we go into closed session under Madam Clerk. Maybe this. Okay. Okay. I move that we go into closed session under the general provisions of Article subsection 3-305 for reason 13 to comply with a specific constitutional, statutory, or judicially imposed requirement that prevents public disclosures about a particular proceeding or matter. And the specific reason is to review and approve closed session minutes. We're closing it. Have a good evening. We're closing it to comply with the specific statutory requirements of the mayor and council. And we're going to review specific closed minutes from a specific meeting and approve them. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we go into closed session under reason 13 to approve closed session minutes. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Hines,
Yes.
Councilmember Kennedy,
Yes.
Councilmember Brownson, Councilmember Little,
Yes.
Councilmember McDonald,
Yes.
Council President Noble, Mayor Lilly.
Yes.
The vote is unanimous. The motion carries.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the time is now 8:48 and this meeting will be closed. Once the closed session is over, Mayor and Council will come back into open session. We will give a report of what was actually discussed, who attended the closed session, and any actions that were taken. This meeting is now closed. You're able to wait until we come back into open session where we will give this report. This meeting is now closed. Thank you.